Top of the ninth inning in an 8-3 ball game is Cuesta TV, more specifically Cuesta HD TV. Today's broadcast student produced in shimmering high definition with students and volunteers from Cuesta Broadcast Communications. The place to start your radio high definition television and film career. Well, of course, that would be Cuesta College, where we are currently residing over in the baseball corner of campus. As up to start the ninth inning for the Chargers, the DH Blake Davey ranges over with Anthony Kenninger, a 2 RBI double early in the game for Davey, who is 1 for 4.
Randy, you were suggesting at the break that Andrew's pitching a complete game to save the bullpen. He has retired 10 in a row.
Yes.
Correct.
And again, is effective. So, and again,
Outside
as we've seen when
inning.
he's on, he's as effective as anyone.
Outside that inning, yeah.
Exactly. So again, it's kind of put that aside as we've talked about. Liner right to Montanari, and there's one down off that 2-0 pitch.
You know, failing a big comeback in the ninth, you're going to have to win 2 games tomorrow. So you're going to have to rely on your pitching, obviously.
And so Lucas Martin in the morning, and then
maybe
whoever
Beck,
else you have.
Maybe
yeah.
Beck in the second game.
Well, you're going to need 2 folks. So
if you win that first game. When you win that first game.
There you go.
Number 17, Austin Case.
We have a pinch hitter for Jacob McWilliam. It's going to be Austin Case from El Medina. Right-handed hitting infielder.
El Medina?
El Modena.
Oh, where is that?
It is Modena than any other Dina you know.
Yeah, where is that?
You have to check on that and get right back to you.
All right. I've never heard
I'm going to believe it's one of those wonderful communities ensconced somewhere in the greater Orange Empire. Grounded on over to short. Dominguez ranges over, and it's another typically strong throw from Zach Dominguez, and there's 2 down. And we might add that that is now 12 in a row.
Wow.
Retired
short,
with Dylan Moore coming up. So again, there was obviously the nightmarish third, but other than that, Nelson, really showing, the kind of pitcher he is.
Right.
Again, that inning, as we've seen, highly uncharacteristic.
And he
Dylan
just
Moore
gave up the 1 run and the 2 hits outside that third inning.
That is correct. Dylan Moore is up, who was struck out last time by Martin. 1-0 count. So bases clear, top of the ninth with 2 down, but the Cougars are going to need 5 in the bottom half of this inning at this point.
I think also, too, not only did you have that disastrous inning, Randy, but you also had an offense that was dormant until the 7th inning. And so you're going to need, obviously, a strong performance by Lucas tomorrow, and you're going to need your hitting tomorrow.
We've seen the last innings that previously dormant offense resurgent. 2-0 pitch, and a big cut swung on and missed, so Nelson still showing good stuff in the ninth.
Still got some pop on the ball, huh, Randy?
And again, I know you were checking relatively early in the game. His pitch count was up to 90, so he's definitely a lot of pitches,
yeah.
which is potentially his final outing at
Cuesta,
2-2.
He had one game where he had 145 pitches. He had something like 16 or 17 strikeouts in the game here at Cuesta. So it's not unusual for him to go deep into a game with a lot of pitches.
Fighting back to a 2-2 count. This one breaking pitch high and outside. Full count with 2 down. The base is clear.
And since he is a strikeout pitcher, he's going to have a high pitch count. That just comes with the territory. Nolan Ryan obviously had huge pitch counts. That was in a day when they didn't really worry about it so much as they do now.
Well, you just saw so many complete games and so little specialization. And Andrew Nelson finishing off what could be his final Cuesta appearance with a retiring of 13 in a row and a strikeout of Dylan Moore. Nothing across once again for the Chargers as we go to the bottom of the ninth. The Cougars need to find a way to come up with 5 as they trail 8-3. We're back with the bottom of the ninth after this on Cuesta HD TV.
This program is produced by Cuesta Broadcasting. Start your radio, TV, and film career at Cuesta College.
And the bottom of the ninth inning, Cougars in game 1 of this playoff series at Cuesta Field down at 8-3. So the mission is going to be, can they come up with 5? They'll start off with Spencer Ruggles, Scott Shields, and Matt Bailey. Don't forget that this broadcast is also brought to you in part by Cuesta Automotive. Join the team that has placed students in regional, state, national, and even internationals in the Collegiate Skills USA competition put together by the fine full-time team of instructors Ron McDonald, Gary Villa, and of course John Stokes. You can join Cuesta College Automotive by enrolling in classes in auto body and auto repair at cuesta.edu. And speaking of Spencer Ruggles, there he is, knocked in a run with a ground ball last inning and an 0 for 3 day.
Well, you have 3 precious outs to work with here, Randy.
First pitch, big swing and a miss, strike 1, and also nobody in the pen at the moment for the Chargers, as they think they want to save Gidley if they can for tomorrow. And Ruggles with another swing. Pitch is wide. 1-2.
Had a couple nice line drives. They were foul, remember, last at bat.
And Chavaret over guarding the line at third.
Yeah.
Pitch is wide, 2-2.
He's got some room down that third base line in the outfield, though.
2-2, and flared into left field, and that's going to be a golf shot into left field for a base hit for Spencer Ruggles, so he picks up a hit today. And as the 4th for the Cougars, he gets things started here in the bottom of the 9th. That will bring up first baseman Scott Shields. Scott 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts.
And again, we've talked about this before, where baseball is such a beautiful sport where you don't battle against the clock. So if you can use those last precious outs sparingly, right, and get runners on base and move them over.
Extend the game, extend the game. And swing and a miss on a pitch inside for strike, and Ruggles is aboard over at first base. 0-1 pitch and up foul. Right side 0-2. So Cougars come to the plate and being aggressive, but down on the count right now. You can see Spencer Ruggles moving off of first base. 0-2 pitch is a bit high, 1-2.
You gonna watch the Kentucky Derby tomorrow?
I might.
Yeah.
I believe my daughter has a ball game at that time, though.
Oh yeah.
So
I hear
perhaps
it's a
not.
muddy track and a lot of rain, maybe tomorrow.
I might be able to watch it later due to the miracle of digital video technology.
You know,
1-2 fouled off back and over our heads.
They were saying that there's an African-American jockey.
I'd
who
heard
has
that.
Has
Yes.
he's riding a good horse, a competitive horse. He might be, if he wins, he'd be the first African-American jockey since I think 1902 or 03 to win a Kentucky Derby. Back in the day, there were quite a few black jockeys. And then you had Jim Crow, of course, in the 1890s.
Yes. And you're aware of this because one of the things, too, that I know you teach African-American history here at Cuesta.
I do. And, of course, you're talking a lot about black athletes with 42 coming out earlier in the year. Jackie Robinson.
Off speed and taking a look. Shields. Watch strike 3 go by. Nice placement. And he is down looking on strikes. That's his 3rd strikeout of the day. It's the first out of the 9th. And
Stepping up to the plate,
it will be
DH
Matt Bailey,
number 2,
today's
Matt
DH.
Bailey.
Matt 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Facing Lycum here in the 9th. Fires one in for strike 1. Cougars 3 runs, 4 hits. They committed 2 errors, and the Chargers 8 runs on 9 hits, though most of both those runs and hits coming in that 7-run 3rd. And they have also committed an error. Meanwhile, Bailey down 0-2.
Well, you got to put this game out of your mind if you're the Cougars and come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock and play a good game. Even up the series tomorrow, that first game, and put pressure on them in the second game.
1-2 count. 1 down in the 9th.
Barring a miraculous comeback here.
That's right. You see Matt Bailey at the plate. He will send this one high, possibly playable in foul territory. Chavaret coming under, and it's high enough for him to settle under it. for the second out. Bottom of the order, and it will be Nicholas Rosso, today's center fielder. Struck out a couple times and also fouled out. So runner first, and Cougars now down to their last out. And it's not a matter of time, but it's a matter of outs now, as you said, coming in just as far as trying to use those outs judiciously, and now they're down to the last one.
Right.
Rosso, one of a few left-handed swingers we've seen today. Runner goes, and they're going to let him go. So uncontested steal for Spencer Ruggles.
Well, luckily, this isn't one of those games where you agonize over, like one play made the difference in the game, you know, a 3-2 or 2-1 game or something like that. I mean, it's just a game that kind of never really were in after the third inning. So you just, all right, well, it's one of those games. Granted, it's the playoffs. Granted, now you have to win 2 games tomorrow. Well, that's what you do then.
And again, Cypress, even though they come in as the 9 seed, people realize a very strong performance this year. Number 3 RPI in all of Southern California.
Very strong team.
So their seed is a little bit misleading. A kind of check swing dribbler, Chauvery on the run, trying to get this over to first. No, not in time. So Rosso flew down the line. I think Chargers had hoped that was going to be the game, but that is not the case. And Rosso able to, one of those little excuse me hits, but made the most of it and flew down the line, beat it
Looks
out.
like a line drive in the box score.
Yeah, let me draw it right here. Let me just draw. Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
There we go.
I'm not going to see it on the box score, Randy.
You're not on the box score, but on your scorecard. Okay, that's a whole different thing. And you're right, because right here you can see it on. We have the monitor here. We can see Pichuler's stats, and there you go. That is the box score. That is the official box score. And by golly, that doesn't look like a line drive.
It does look like a line drive.
It does. Top of the order, and Marco Murillo.
We could use a few more of those too here.
That's true. Murillo Waka last time up at the top of the order. Looking. Again, runner goes and uncontested
defensive
move.
Indifference.
Yes.
Catcher's indifference.
Yes.
Don't you love baseball terminology?
Absolutely.
Baseball
it sounds very passive-aggressive. They were very passive-aggressive on the base pass today. 1-0 pitch. Look back. Runs at second and third with 2 down, and Murillo gives it a good look, and it's 2-0.
Love to see a couple of those Earl Weaver 3-run shots. The late Earl Weaver.
And first base is open. With 2 down, waiting on deck is Andrew Montanari.
And now activity in the Cypress bullpen.
Again, they were trying to save their closer.
Right.
But now perhaps not so much. 3-1.
That just made, I don't know, Randy.
It was close. And again,
where's Foxtrack when you need it?
I think it's waiting for you to budget that.
Oh. Well,
if you're willing to fund it. And there is a walk, so the bases are loaded again. A run has not come across in this inning, but the Cougars have juiced it up for Andrew Montanari.
Batting for
And
the
the
Cougars and playing third base, number
potential
8,
tying
Andrew
run
Montanari.
still in the on-deck circle, so the
Randy,
Chargers may let this one play out.
It's hopeful to see how they've been battling these last 4 innings, though. I mean, there's practically nothing those first 6 innings. Now they've been battling, and they keep running on runners on base.
Well, literally, no hits until Montanari had the bunt single to start the 7th.
Right.
So 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and here in the 9th, you have the bases loaded with 2 outs. Montanari looks to pitch outside, 1-0.
Cause for optimism? I think so.
Perhaps. And again, the Chargers not taking any chances, and they're keeping an eye on things. Again, we have seen a pitching change mid-at-bat. 1-0. And that is a strike, 1-1. Montanari is back in out of Santa Monica High School. Waits, and he's going to send this one high, flaring it into left center, and it's going to be a run for it, but it is McWilliam who will pull it in and wrap up this game for the Chargers. So the Cougars load them up, but nothing in the bottom of the ninth. Final score in game 1 of this series is won by Cypress by a score of 8-3. And Anthony, just to kind of wrap things up here again, Andrew Nelson, kind of like you said, this great streak really was built on a pair of pitchers. One, Lucas Martin, who will be in action tomorrow. Andrew Nelson, though, that one inning, it was a big inning. Chargers took advantage. Other than that, a good performance. But again, in a way, kind of like you summed up at the beginning of the broadcast, kind of a tale of two teams. And we saw elements of both teams today.
Right, sure. And it wasn't just that one inning that he didn't pitch effectively. There was some poor fielding, no hits, right, for 6 innings.
Correct.
So you combine those things, those elements together, and then you have a loss. Okay, well, what do you do with it? Do you agonize over it? Do you despair about it? Well, no. You forget about it. And you come back tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and you play a good ball game behind Lucas Martin, and you force that third game.
All right, and exactly that, as that was game 1 of the series. Play till somebody wins 2, so the plan is tomorrow. 11 o'clock will be game 2, followed by another game if necessary. I want to thank you for joining us here on what is our final Cuesta TV broadcast of the year. Anthony Kenjer, again, thank you for joining us this season and for all of your help.
Thank you, Randy.
Final score is 8-3 in favor of Cypress in game 1. A big thanks to John Arno and his staff, all of his students and volunteers who helped make this happen. Also Pat Renshaw from Sloco TV for her assistance, and of course the Schwartz family for their generous donation and the support of the Cuesta Foundation and ASCC. I'm Randy Scoble. Thanks for joining us. Final score 8-3. You've been watching Cuesta HD TV. Good afternoon.